I'm Tony Sklar with bnetTV. We are here at MobileCon, powered by CTIA in San Diego 2012, and I'm speaking with Tim Ritchie from OpenMarket. How are you today, sir?
I'm fantastic. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Good to see you again, my friend.
It's nice to see you.
Excellent. In San Diego, it's a bright and sunny, beautiful day, so you got to love that.
I could not be better. Could not be better.
So for all the people out there in bnetTV land, tell me a little bit about what OpenMarket's been doing since the beginning of the year and what you're doing here at MobileCon.
Yep. So OpenMarket's here at MobileCon talking about multi-channel messaging primarily for large enterprise customers. Our focus this year and increasingly is on Fortune 2000 type customers and helping them embed mobile messaging into their operations and also, traditional marketing applications.
At this point in the ecosystem, are there, this is sort of a rhetorical question, but are there still Fortune 2000 companies that don't have SMS campaigns built into their marketing messaging systems?
Oh my gosh, 40% of major enterprise customers aren't using mobile in any way whatsoever. So what we're
staggering number.
Shocking. I can't believe it. So what we're finding is 95% of those 40% that aren't using mobile today are committed to begin using mobile over the next year, right? So we're going to see, I think, a wave of new customers coming on board, of new enterprises taking on mobile. Additionally, we're seeing an evolution of mobile in the enterprise from sort of a traditional marketing application into an operational application. A good example of that, we just recently brought on a major systems integrator that's using mobile messaging for emergency notifications in third world countries.
So that is a fantastic use of SMS, obviously, because it's still the number one mode of transport for messaging. The OTT players are getting some action, but SMS still is the number one driver of revenue too for the carriers.
There's 200 million SMSs sent every month.
And it's still the most secure form of transport too, yes?
It's a great way to do two-factor authentication. We see banks and secure websites, government agencies using SMS to verify customers or subscribers' identities all the time.
Is there any cog in the wheel that's coming up that may derail any of that?
From a security standpoint, I don't see it.
No.
I don't.
No, and from a growth standpoint?
Well, you mentioned growth of SMS and SMS messaging. You mentioned some of the over-the-top players. SMS will continue to be ubiquitous. There's still 60% of the marketplace of subscribers in America even that don't carry smartphones. It's a massive amount of subscribers that over time that number will fall off. But gosh, we have years and years of runway before that happens.
So, and especially from a global perspective as well, where I know that even from into emerging countries, a lot of the first world countries from the device renewal forum, they're taking in a lot of the old phones, cleaning them up, and then sending them into the emerging world countries. So there's just been a lot of recycling in there that those are SMS capable devices, maybe not so much application driven.
That's a really interesting point, actually. I mentioned that our focus is on major enterprise clients, and what we're finding, one of the areas that surprised us, that surprised me, is our major enterprise clients are really increasingly pushing us to have a global messaging capability. So India, Philippines, LATAM. So those devices are, as you mentioned, much more prevalent there. So globally, SMS is increasing month over month.
Are the carriers inevitably going to help a lot of the all-you-can-eat packages for SMS? Because obviously still a huge revenue driver and a good portion of their ARPU, but there's a lot of carriers that are willing to give you all-you-can-eat data, but not the all-you-can-eat text. And is that just because they're worried about increasing the amount of transport, which is what could weigh heavily on their systems, or is it an ARPU gig?
You have to ask yourself, what's driving bandwidth utilization on the networks, right? It's really data that's going to drive that and not 160 character packet.
Right. Okay, so that answers that question. So let's talk about then sort of back to the idea that we've got these Fortune 2000 companies that the majority of them are still not sort of in that realm. And so when you're talking about that sense of longevity or runway, as you said, there's still sort of lots of room there. What are some of the issues that you think that possibly could come to fruition that OpenMarket is going to help solve for these Fortune 2000 companies?
Yeah, one of the primary drivers that we're seeing in our new enterprise customers is their need for multi-channel messaging, right? So OpenMarket today delivers SMS, MMS, and push notifications. Big enterprises want one vendor, one contract, one contracting relationship, one throat to choke, one SLA when it comes right down to it. So they look to us for stability, scalability, our domain expertise. So, I mean, those are the kinds of problems that major enterprises want to solve and look to OpenMarket to solve for them.
So tell me a little bit about what we're going to see from OpenMarket here towards the end of the year.
Yeah. So we just began our fiscal year 13. This year we're all about focusing on major enterprise customers. We're all about delivering multi-channel messaging, and we're all now about delivering global messaging.
So let's also briefly talk about what was in the show daily yesterday about the election.
Yeah. So you're referring to Jay Emmett's interview in the show daily. You may be aware that the FEC recently ruled that political donations via premium SMS are available for the first time. We expect big uptake from that, particularly in a hotly contested race like we have in 2012. Interestingly, political donations continue throughout the year, whether there's a presidential election or not. So this is a long-term play, not just a 2012 initiative for OpenMarket.
So I gotta hand it to the organizations for being able to collect to okay a system like that. I mean, sometimes we see that some of those legacy guys take a little bit of time to hop on board to some new technologies. But by all means, hey, the voting population is just as young and tech savvy and on the move a lot. When they want to contribute too, they might not be home to do it.
Absolutely, yeah. So there's a bit of a precedent that was set with the Mobile Giving Foundation, with charitable donations, with that terrible disaster in Haiti. So, that began kind of this concept of charitable donations via premium SMS, and I look at this as an extension of that. And when you think about it, smartphones are being sold more and more, but still on the Android and iOS platforms, SMS is the most used application on both of those platforms. So this is a natural way for people to commit.
I would guesstimate that is a little bit more audible as well from an accounting standpoint. The traceability of the donation is got to be easier from an auditing standpoint through an SMS and the carrier, because through from the IMEI number all the way down to the phone number, through to the carrier, through to the billing. I mean, that's extremely trackable as opposed to maybe sending in cash.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what the auditing requirements or record-keeping requirements are outside of mobile. I can say that inside of mobile, everything is tracked.
Yeah, that's just really great. That's a great way, and congratulations on OpenMarket for getting in on that initiative.
Thank you very much.
And also congratulations to you for just becoming elected to the board of the MEF.
It's very exciting. It's been great. It's been great to be involved in helping shape that organization and help with a show coming up, MEF Americas, in early December in Miami.
I just sort of want to one last sort of plug there for the MEF and OpenMarket. What does OpenMarket bring to the MEF?
Well, a couple of things. I think they look to us. We've been involved in the organization for some time. But our initiative this year is really privacy and security in mobile messaging. And Jeff Lauder is our security guru at OpenMarket, so he has a big role in MEF this year.
Well, congratulations again, Tim, and thanks very much for taking the opportunity to speak with us. I hope we get a chance very soon for an update.
It was nice to chat. Thanks so much.
Fantastic. I've been speaking with Mr. Tim Ritchie of OpenMarket here at MobileCon, powered by CTIA in San Diego for 2012, and I am Tony Sklar with bnetTV.